Earl Thomas, number 66 on the NFL Network's top 100 players, is voted on by many of his peers, Danny. And I think there's a perception out there that you don't completely agree with, and that is that Earl took a step back last year. From what you've heard from many of the coaches, that may not actually be some of the truth?
No, I think that in terms of his responsibilities, how he graded out, in terms of his ability to carry out assignments, I think he was a lot more fundamentally sound. And there weren't as many big plays, I think, as we've typically associated with what he can do, the way he started his career as a rookie with 4 picks early on in the first half of his rookie season. But he took a lot of chances then. And that is something that elite safeties do in this league. You want them to see something and go after it. But what we saw last year is that he really did pick and choose his spots, and he was burned fewer times. And when he did see something and did go after it, he put himself in position to make the play.
So here, as I understand that, typically in an NFL, on the grade sheet, it works this way, Danny. You have an S for satisfactory, you have a plus for making a plus play, or obviously the minus that you got to try to avoid when you hurt your team. So I hear you say there were a lot more S's last year that people didn't appreciate, but I still think there's more pluses to be had. I can think of a number of plays where the ball is in his hands with the opportunities to make that game-changing dynamic play that maybe he did his first couple years that fell off just a degree last year. Is that fair?
It's interesting. I'm not sure fell off is the right way, but when you've got a player as talented as he is, and you look back to the interceptions he flat out dropped,
yes,
and driving on a ball in the end zone when he's cutting in front of Rob Gronkowski and he's going to go the other way, he might score on that play, and he just doesn't catch it. And it's the coach looks at that and they say the player put himself in position to make the play, he just didn't hold on to the ball. That's not a negative at all.
It's not a negative, it's an S. But for this coach, and we talked about this a lot last season, I think it will be a challenge. I think we'll hear about it at the OTAs and into training camp. Take the ball away. You're very good, you're very sound, you know the system, they're going to be more aggressive next year. Now, Danny, as Pete always says, take that ball away, and I think your center fielder, arguably the best in the game, has an opportunity to do even more of that next season.